gangster guarantee. Yeah, me. With your boy shit. Rich nigga. Shit, I'm about to flood the streets like when the levees break. Criminal minds like Garcia can navigate. Flowing while I'm blowing this gas. Nigga, no break. Niggas not seeing me ever. I mean, no day. Fuck around and end up gold. You getting misplaced. You ain't need the shit that I claim. You dealing with grace. Took over the game. I storm like rain mixtape. Thankfully, I've been up the smoke like rhyme mixtape. Counting cheddar shit, I'm about to make a grilled cheese. Niggas be faker than bad bitches with good weed. On my John Wick shit like Keanu Reeves. Replacements won't be enough. You need the Jesus, I can finish my ABC. Kept it a buck, so real niggas look up to me. Just put your boy shit get crazy. When it's sick of me, I'm pumping out these dope bars till they sick of me. Can't get rid of me, still can't find a remedy. Still blowing palmers and feel cups of Hennessy. He ain't even on our shit independently. When I go out on a limb, I take extremities. I can see right through transparency. Heard his self-esteem low, insecurity. Now or never, like listen guarantee. What's the recipe? King Elvis Flesh and 3. All these chapters in my life, you can turn the page. Books can't tell you my story, gotta live a day. Glitch got my back, yeah, you can copy that. Man, we control the scene, you can copy that. Leave your whole state red like Republicans. Put fire on a track, now it's bubbling. Put your boys eating it, you in trouble, kid. First 100 mil, double, let's go, let's go. All the hustle getting money, let it show, let it show. Automatic, nigga, how we get the dough, the dough. If it paper, then we probably gotta go, gotta go. Put your boy shit, nigga, let's go, let's go. All the hustle getting money, let it show, let it show. Automatic, nigga, how we get the dough, the dough. If it paper, then we probably gotta go, gotta go. Put your boy shit, nigga, let's go.
Low, sick, corona, jealous in the motherfucker. Can't even take a step, that's how far I trust you. This black boy turned to shining king under pressure. West side bad jacks, I took more to measure. Shake the extras, that's business, started being street blues. What I talk, with the blood flowing free. Power on my mind, knows the gang is kind. Read between the lines, it was in my eye. If they ain't got real lines, it ain't hard to spot a counterfeit. Undefeated ultras, real firm, gully mountain shit. Couple hot shots, turn them to frozen margaritas. Even better when it's served with some flawless peaches. Next year they gotta pay for these flawless features. Flawless victories from the flaws that they teach us. Now my flow imitate how I board a plane non-stop. The little J gon' take over with my time stop.
Yeah, I get right to it. My nigga, we beg your pardon. We putting niggas back in boxes. Yeah, they need harder. My flow be retarded. Sick, I need hella help. My group came back. This must be how Stella felt. We just started kicking it like a yellow belt. We all made it to the pro. This is how the shout out you better yell out help. Here comes the double team. You catch me in the spot, then you know that the boy is clean. Delivery B look mean with the magazine. So if you try it, you get shot. No vaccine. If you was asleep before I came, then I'm the caffeine. I pull the jokers out the deck. There ain't no laughing. In CEO fashion, we sticking to the business. Wouldn't even let a vegan knock me off my chick. Something about the BBS when the sun is hitting. Should be flashing like the lights when you getting
let's go, let's go. All the hustle getting money, let it show, let it show. It's automatic, nigga, how we get the dough, get the dough. If it ain't paper, then we probably gotta go, gotta go. Put your boy shit, nigga, let's go, let's go. All the hustle getting money, let it show, let it show. It's automatic, nigga, how we get the dough, get the dough. If it ain't paper, then we probably gotta go, gotta go. Put your boy shit, nigga, let's go.
Yeah. What up, what up, what up? Y'all already know what it is, man. Y'all already know, man, this shit guy, man.
Stay at a Virgil.
You know what I mean? What's good with y'all, man? Yeah. What up, what up, what up? Y'all already know, man, this shit guy, Virgil Berry, a.k.a. Stats with the facts, man. You know what I'm talking about? What's going on with y'all? What's good? What's happening? You know? Beautiful day, Memorial Day. Happy Memorial Day to everybody. You know? Beautiful day out today, man. Warm weather, sun shining, barbecues everywhere, you know what I'm talking about? I like when the summertime coming around, you know, these warm months of the year, you know. But it's a downside to that too, you know what I mean? It's definitely a downside to that. You did? What's good with everybody, man? Tap in, walk with us. We here. You know what I'm talking about? You already know we here, man. On this good Memorial Day 2023. Rest in the essence to everybody, you know what I'm talking about, who's no longer here. You know what I'm saying? Whether they've been in the military or family, you know what I mean? Loved ones, friends. You understand what I'm saying? Rest in the essence to everybody, you know what I mean? Rest in the essence to everybody, man. What's going on? What's happening? You already know we here tonight. You did. And oh yeah, let me go ahead and let me go ahead and here and correct this real quick. You know what I'm talking about? Let me sit up here and correct this real quick. You know, it's Memorial Day, man. Shout out to my brother Wayne. You know what I'm saying? Yesterday was his born day. You know what I'm saying? Yesterday was his birthday. You know what I'm saying? His born day. We're celebrating. It was a beautiful thing. You know what I'm saying? Lots of people came out, showed my brother love. You know what I mean? It just was a beautiful thing. It was a beautiful thing, man. It really was. We had a good time. Hella people came out. It was a surprise party. You know what I'm saying? He's my brother Wayne, aka Muck Mason. You know what I'm talking about? He's a Iraq, Afghanistan vet. He's done multiple tours out there on the front line. You dig? He got out of the military by the graces of the Most High. You know what I'm talking about? He survived what he been through. You know, so he went to college. He got his PhD in child psychology specifically. You know what I'm saying? And some other things. And now he's opened up his own practice. You feel me? We had the birthday party at the actual facility. You know what I'm saying? His wife put together a nice surprise party for him. Some of his board buddies came from out of town. They made a nice little video for me. I posted the video. You understand what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? That's the video I put up yesterday for my brother's birthday. And me and L, you know what I'm talking about? Me and my brother King L. Shout out to my brother King L's E&E all day, every day, no day off. Don't forget tomorrow we getting straight to it. E&E Tuesdays. You understand what I'm saying? Pusha T versus Jim Jones. Make sure y'all tap in for that. But yeah, we definitely was kicking it with my brother Wayne yesterday for his born day. You know what I'm saying? He accomplished so much since he's been out of the military. You know what I'm saying? We're just proud of the brother, man, Dr. Mason. You know what I'm saying? War vet. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to get him on the show here in a second. You know what I'm saying? When the time permits it. You know what I'm talking about? But yeah, man, if y'all need anything, DJ, man, holler at me and my brother DJ King L's, DJ Stacks with the Facts. You know what I'm saying? And we can sit up here and do all type of situations for you, organization events, company events, corporate events, family events, bar mitzvahs, all of that, birthday, baby showers, whatever. Book your DJs, you know what I'm saying? E&E DJs, you know what I'm saying? DJ Stacks with the Facts and DJ King L's, man, we got you. You know what I'm talking about? Hit us up, man. You know what I'm saying? But tonight's show, man, you feel me? Hold on, man. Let me sit up in here. Let me sit up in here and correct this real quick, man. Because I just noticed that and it's bothering me. You know, I just noticed that the Y is misspelled. They got an E in there, so I ain't know how to fix that, man. Let's just gonna have to stay like that for now, man. I'll fix it later. How about that? But yeah, though, man, we here, man. You know what I'm talking about? Monday night. You did. You understand me? It's Memorial Day. Hope everybody enjoying this day with their family, friends, loved ones. You understand what I'm saying, man? I just came from an event, you know what I'm saying? My girl, Ebony, you feel me? She gonna come on the show. She's a entrepreneur, you know what I'm saying? Y'all know I be having the beautiful ladies on the show doing all types of beautiful things, man. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna sit up here and bring a beautiful lady in my city who's doing her thing on the show. You know what I'm saying? Like I always bring to y'all, you know what I'm talking about, man. You know, I know a lot of dope chicks, you feel me? You know what I mean? Y'all niggas gotta get out here in the paint, really, and there's a lot of dope chicks out here doing things, you know what I'm talking about, and they always rock with real ones. You did. You understand what I'm saying, man? So tap in, walk with me, man. You feel me? We're gonna have another beautiful lady coming on the show, doing her thing in the city. You know what I'm saying? She's going on vacation. I just came from a Memorial Day get together at her bar she got downtown. You know what I'm talking about? Nice situation, nice set up in there. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I mean, man? It's just a beautiful thing, man. You know what I mean? It's a beautiful thing. You did. Truly beautiful, man. If I do say so myself. So yeah, man, tonight's topic, man. You feel me? Now this feeds in, right? Well, I ain't gonna necessarily say feeds in. You feel me? But this coincides with a lot of stuff y'all hear me talking about. You feel me? A lot of stuff. But I've been looking at this thing here for a second. You feel me? And I mean, it's nothing new, although it's being promoted through social engineering as if it is. But it's nothing really new. We've been dealing with incel ass niggas since we was kids, man. You feel me? They just putting all these like I be telling you all the time, all these just meaningless, really words that don't really mean anything for real, for real. You know what I'm saying? Or when you think about the idea of what the word means, when you actually break it down, because you got critical thinking and you understand what words mean, and you hear a word like involuntarily celibate, right? Like what man is, well, I ain't gonna say, see, we're gonna get into that too. We're gonna get into that. You feel me? Because sometimes there's nothing wrong with you being a man and being, I'm not gonna say, and see, that would make it involuntarily celibate, right? That would make it, right? That would make it wittingly celibacy, knowing celibacy. You feel me? Intentional celibacy, right? See, incel need to be not involuntary. It could be intentional. And I think that's an aspect, huh? If I had my machine thing hooked up, I'd have dropped a bomb noise right there. And see, and that's the thing with words like these words, I be telling y'all the ambiguity of the words and what they can mean. Incel, as we've been told, is a involuntarily celibate guy, right? But if we think about it from another aspect, incel could also not necessarily have negative connotations because it could be intentionally celibate, right? You could be an intentionally celibate guy, which there's nothing wrong with. It's just the difference between being involuntary celibate and intentionally celibate. And therein lies the situation, right? You got a lot of guys just mad because you niggas ain't getting no cheeks. And that's crazy because cheeks is so easy to get in so many different ways too. And I'm not necessarily saying paying, tricking, right? Most chicks are sapiosexuals, man. Most, even the ratchets. You feel me? And let me tell you something, bro. Being on both sides as being a part of the tricking at one point in my life, some point in my life when I was a young man, when I was a younger man. When I was a younger man. I ain't got no problem with telling y'all this stuff, man, because I'll keep it 100, right? We looked at it like it wasn't nothing. You feel me? But when you grow up and you know what I'm saying, and you look at things from a wider, more open aspect and perspective, you start to see the ignorancy and the fallacy in the things that you were doing, right? When I think about the amount of money that I was spending going to strip clubs and shit like that shit is ridiculous. It's stupid. I feel dumb for doing it as a man now. And this is mistakes you make as a younger man. So, you know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing wrong. You having your fun and you experience it, but I'm saying that's not the way to go. You will be much more better saving that money. You know what I mean? I ain't even gonna tell you till you figure out what you're gonna do with it. Just versus tricking it off on some bitches at a strip club that everybody done smashed across at least 3 states. At least 3 states, man. I want y'all to understand these chicks strip, man. They go for the weekend. They go in. They go hard. And let me tell you, man, these girls is not making bands like that if they is not selling box. I'm telling you, as a certified, known nigga to go to the strip clubs since I was a young boy in different cities and states, let me tell you, at some point you're gonna have to bust that thing open. And most chicks go in knowing this, and they'll always wait until they get to their point, the point of no return. Because you gonna get hit with an offer you can't refuse. Not that you won't, or not gonna never say that you can't refuse. You'll get hit with an offer that you won't want to refuse, especially if you're in a sticky situation. You understand me, man? Especially if you're in a sticky situation. You never know what you would do if you're in a sticky situation when it comes to what you need. And when it comes to some of y'all chicks going to the strip club is always an option, especially if you're even decent. So you ain't even got to be super bad. That's a plus if you are. You could be decent looking. Man, I done seen some girls in the strip club be like, why are you in here dancing with that type of clothes on? When I think of chicks dance, I'm thinking about your body on point. You sexy, you beautiful, you in shape. I ain't thinking about going up there seeing nothing that's like, y'all know what I'm talking about, man. It's you incel niggas. So as we've been told, incel means involuntarily celibate, right? Involuntarily celibate. Involuntary celibate niggas out there. You feel me? See, when you have when you got an over, inner, outer, extra standard of English language, and they be hitting us with these words, y'all. I mean, it's insulting to the intelligence. Let me just off top say that right there, y'all. It's very insulting to the intelligence. But on top of that, right, you know what I'm saying, it's mind fuckery. You hear me? As defined by lexicology. That's an interesting term right there. The term involuntary celibate, shortened to incel, refers to self-identifying members of an online subculture based around the inability to find a romantic or sexual partner despite desiring one. A state they describe as inceldom or incelibacy. See how they keep coming up with these words? I keep telling y'all about this, man. They keep coming up with these words. They don't fucking mean anything, man. And it's a reason why they're doing this. It's a strategic reason why they are slowly deleting and taking words out of the lexicon. Hence this website that I'm going to look into called lexicology.com. I guess it's an online urban dictionary. There's a lot of those running around too. I've been noticing over the years. Just the very fact that we got different online urban dictionaries, basically just making up words out of pop culture as if they have real meaning behind them. Understand what I'm talking about. Y'all keep telling y'all to read 1984. The ministry of truth is being established online, specifically, especially on YouTube. You hear me? So basically, an incel is a nigga who wants some cheeks but can't get any cheeks. Not because he don't want any cheeks, it's just he just can't get it. Right? The inability to find a romantic or sexual partner despite desiring one. So that becomes an issue with you brothers, man. And I want to address you brothers tonight, man. You hear me? Y'all brothers that's tapping in, man, listening in. Smash that like button, click the bell, subscribe to the page. You did. Share on your social engineering, right? Incel. I've been hearing this term and I've been looking at this and watching this from behind the scenes, you know what I'm saying? Something that I say I put on the back burner, you know what I'm saying? Like when things come across my table, I don't focus on everything that comes across the table, you know what I'm talking about? Some things like this right here, which piqued my interest when I first came about it, amongst other things, right, that I've been seeing, noticing online. But this one right here, I'm starting to see is getting some shine, more so than others, right? Like I say, these new speak terms, man, Orwellian terms. I want y'all to pay attention how they're combining words, man, and to mean together, compounding words to have these really baseless meanings that don't really mean anything, man. I want y'all to peep that right there, man. Read 1984, man, the ministry of truth, man, the memory hole, changing the language, new speak, old speak. I want y'all to understand what it means when words and lexicons and ideologies and terminologies and accents, and tones and dialects start to get removed from the actual, lexicon, and then all these gobbledygook words only based off of meaningless things that don't mean anything, that have no creativity, emotional content to them. Right? Like incel, a combination of involuntary celibate. You can be suffer from inceldom or incelibacy, right? And I want y'all to understand how these words don't mean anything. And I want y'all to understand what that means. Because when words don't have no meaning, the use of them become meaningless, right? So when we use these terms, what are they actually defining? And when words get taken out of the lexicon that give us the ability to fully express creatively what we are thinking, mixed with dominate, I'm going to say dominated, monitored and controlled respectively, right, by what we think. You hear me? How we think is supposed to govern how we feel, not the other way around, right? How we think is supposed to govern how we feel, not how we feel is supposed to govern how we think, right? Remember that, man. And that's part of this incel thing right here, man. You hear me? Incel, man. They got incel stuff all on here, man. What's wrong with you niggas, man? This incel stuff just everywhere. Why is you dudes incels, man? You hear me?
their self-generated mental illness on the rest of society. They're calling themselves incels.
Incel is short for involuntary celibate, someone who wants to have sex but can't.
Otherwise known as the world's deadliest virgins. Elliot Rodger, Alec Manasseh, Dimitrios Pagorsis, all went on bloody revenge attack rampages because they were rejected by women. The Santa Fe shooter killed a female classmate, Shauna Fisher, because a week before she turned down his advances. Shauna finally stood up to him and embarrassed him in class, and a week later he opens fire on everyone he didn't like. To illustrate how truly messed up this incel community really is, they reacted to the massacre by A, celebrating it.
Take that, hypergamous sluts.
But then B, by debating whether or not the shooter really was an incel because he was just too good looking and may in fact be a high-tier normie. Yeah, if this dude is who you consider to be on the high end of the attractiveness scale, that might be a clue as to why you're having trouble attracting members of the opposite sex. Incels are obsessed with flaws in their appearances, which they believe lead women to reject them in favor of chiseled chat.
Right. Now, see, where does this come from, though? Where does that ideology come from, though, in a young man, a young brother? Where does that come from? Where do you get the that lack of self-esteem? Where does that come from? Because that comes from somewhere. That stems from somewhere. It's not natural. So we got to ask the question, where are those feelings of your self-worth, your self-esteem? Where is that coming from? Why do you compare yourself as far as physically to the extent with other young boys to where it has an effect on how you think about yourself as far as like, your value as a young man, right? You know what I'm saying? Now, we naturally competitive, right? But we're, this type of behavior is morphed into something different. This comes from some type of trauma right here when you feel like you like comparing, you getting a perspective of how you feel on yourself by comparing your body to other. That's something we don't do as young boys. I don't remember looking at my homies and saying, I wish I was chiseled like you, or I don't remember being in a locker room in middle school, in high school, and it's like, oh, I wish I was built like my nigga Court. Like, nah, pause, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? For the most part, young brothers, we if we want to get in shape and want to look a certain way, we'll just start getting in the gym and just doing what we know we got to do, whether that's lifting weights, doing cardio, push up, whatever the situation may be. You know what I'm saying? We ain't about to sit up here and be, feeling less than the natural born leader that you was designed to be just because you ain't got a six pack. If we ain't got a six pack, we're gonna most of us will just do what's necessary to get a six pack. We ain't gonna make no excuses about it or complain about it. You know what I'm talking about? And you know what I'm saying? We ain't gonna do none of that. You understand me? And go have a conniption and be all in our feelings about it. Make excuses for why chicks don't mess with. Well, because I'm fat. Like, nah, man, we're gonna get our ass in that gym. Like I be telling y'all, get y'all's asses in the gym. Right? So like I say, man, with anything, man, we got to get to the basis of where this stuff come from. And y'all know where I'm going to get to with this incel stuff, because I've been telling y'all where all this stuff is leading to, man. You hear me? Where all this stuff is leading to. Let's continue listening to this nice British young chop.
While failing to consider that the personality of someone who reacts to a school massacre by expressing glee might be something.
And let me just say, man, you young dudes out there, man, don't be going up there and let me, on both sides, young brothers, don't allow stuff like this to entice you and violently radicalize you, right? To go do some stupid stuff because you listen to this goofy shit on the internet, man. You hear me? Be able to use your natural gift of discernment, young brothers. Now listen, I'm not telling you not to listen to guys on the internet, YouTube, whatever you do. You listen to what you want to listen to, but use your natural God-given talent as being born a male, growing into a man. Use your natural gift of discernment to be able to determine when somebody telling you some real shit and somebody telling you some bullshit, man. Because there's a lot of fakery and fuckery going on this here YouTube and this internet, man. And I want y'all to be able to develop y'all's gift of discernment as a young brother out there. Because there's a lot of good brothers on this internet too, but you got to be able to have that gift of discernment to be able to tell who's a fuck nigga and who ain't. Just like when it comes to these broads, man. You know, so you got to be able to tell when somebody tell you some real shit, when somebody tell you some fuck shit, man. As a young brother too, that is imperative that you develop that skill. It's a gift that's been given to you, man. It's a gift, it's a skill and a talent all wrapped up in one. Be able to garner that and shape that so you can't nobody fuck you over, man. You feel me? Because it's fuckery abound out here. And this incel shit is, like I say, this is one of the tools that's being used to violently radicalize us through ideologically based violence. See, everything I ever talk about is going to always end up and based in what I always talk about. See, of course, the incel thing is an issue and it's something that need to be discussed. I strongly agree on that. But see, I got to take it further, right? Because it ain't about just niggas not being able to get no pussy because they want some goddamn pussy, man. Look what's connected to this shit. Look what's being done as a result, or look what's being labeled as what's being done as a result of this stuff on the internet. Pay attention, y'all. The internet is the #1 tool that's going to be used to promote and purvey what they call ideologically based violence.
Turn off. Yeah, if you're the kind of person who literally calls for the dead victims of a mass shooting to be raped in the morgue, that might provide you with a little hint as to why Stacey isn't interested.
Or you high school whores, teen thoughts and blowjob Barbies, find the weirdest kid in your class and give them some ass. Use that cooter to stop a shooter.
Yeah, as far as chat up lines go, I think it needs a little work. Now, obviously, the vast majority of incels are never going to turn to violence. Most of them are just self-loathing, maladjusted manlets.
I don't have a job. I am ugly.
Have you approached many women?
Oh, many.
And what was the result?
Rejection 100% of the time. I would start talking to a girl, and immediately she would give me fuck off signals. She would, pull out her cell phone, just start texting her friends, and just hope I would go away.
Okay, haircut, lose some weight.
Exactly, man. Brothers, young brothers, all my brethren out there, right? All my brethren out there, right? You gotta make sure you keep your appearance together, man. You know what I'm talking about? You gotta make sure you keep your hair cut. You gotta make sure everything is nice and clean, man. Make sure your nails is clean. Man, my eyes and then they hit the wrong button. But yeah, though, man, you gotta make sure you keep your nails right, make sure you're smelling good, make sure you're clean. You know what I'm saying? You gotta get your grill together, you know what I'm talking about? Make sure your teeth is right, you know what I'm saying? And you know what I mean? You gotta make sure you get all that stuff together. You know what I'm saying? I go to the dentist when I go to the dentist on the 18th, June 18th. You hear me? So you gotta make sure you get your stuff right. You know what I'm talking about, young brother, man? You gotta stay in that gym. You hear me? You gotta drink your water. You know? Yeah, man, you gotta keep yourself together, young brother. You hear me? And all my brethren out there, man. You know what I'm talking about? Just like, you know what I'm saying, you want to get a nice, attractive girl, man, you got, in order to do that, you definitely got to be, I ain't saying you got to be the finest brother in the world, but you got to be attractive. You know what I'm saying? That is a part of it. You know what I'm saying? You don't want no sloppy looking ass bro, so why you going to be a sloppy looking ass dude? Tighten up. You know what I'm saying? If you got a job and you get benefits and all of that stuff, man, take advantage of that stuff, man. Go to the dentist, get your teeth done, you know what I'm talking about? Go to the doctor, get your checkups, man. Get your ass to the membership at the gym. Go to the gym 4 or 5 days a week. Drink your water. Try to eat as healthy as you possibly can, you know. Food is expensive. Figure it out, man. You know what I'm talking about? But put that discipline into it. And you're going to make it happen. You know what I'm talking about? But look how our society, remember I talk about this with a lot of y'all, with y'all a lot too, y'all, how we being so overly sexualized. Remember I told y'all over-sexualization equals depopulation? We just discussed that last week. If I'm not mistaken, last Monday or last Wednesday, right? Over-sexualization leads to depopulation. Look at all these incels, man. Dudes is not getting no coochie, which means kids ain't being born. Depopulation. I understand how everything that I could ever talk about to y'all always leads to about what I talk about to y'all, right? Even all this fuckery that they having us being indoctrinated with on YouTube. All these different extreme ideologies, ideologically based violence. Violently incels, involuntary celibate, or intentionally celibate. We're going to get to that, right? Involuntary celibate, one to get some cheeks but can't get no cheeks because you dudes is just weird. Y'all have been, a lot of y'all have been raised by, man, This is a domino effect, y'all, man. It's a domino effect, man.
Lose this desperate defeatist attitude, get some clothes that actually fit properly, then you'll do a lot better.
I've had over 1,000 rejections in real life, 2,000 rejections online, so that's 3,000 rejections.
Yeah.
I aim for obese women, ideally ugly and obese.
Even feminists won't date this loser. It's pretty bad.
If I don't get a girlfriend, I will go on a hunger strike. Surely the government has to step in, right? Will they provide me with a companion or what?
No, mate. Not even Bernie Sanders believes in the equal redistribution of women. Socialism. Also, when you post comments that literally advocate bashing women's heads in, chances are any potential government allocation of girls' federal agency isn't going to look too kindly on.
See what I'm saying right there? Violent radicalization, y'all. You dudes is getting into argument with cross-social engineering, man. Platform to platform. Y'all dudes, it's okay to engage in conversation. It's okay to have challenging, thought-provoking conversation. I would even dare say it's even okay to have mildly heated discussions. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. To an extent, that stuff is healthy, and we need that. But when it gets to the point where it becomes extremely violent or possibly potentially physically extremely violent, to where y'all pulling up, the code word, all the words pulling up, y'all pulling up and stuff, and getting into physical altercations and stuff like that, like that's when it gets to another level, y'all. That's violent radicalization. I keep telling y'all all of this stuff is HR 1955 protocols being implemented. I ain't just sitting up here just saying this stuff because, like, whatever, man. Like, and I emphasize that every time I had these discussions, y'all, to let y'all know that I'm here to put y'all up on game, because still let y'all know what's going on. Y'all got to understand how serious this is. This is setting the precedent for how our society is about to be. This is the ministry of truth, man. This is 1984 being brought to fruition. Nigga, the thought police, nigga. Y'all better understand what is going on out here, man. This is serious, man. You can think it's a joke or a game or a conspiracy theory if you want to, man. But as we sit here and brush stuff off and focus on fuckery, this is the shit that's going on and happening while we ain't paying attention, right? I want y'all to understand how online is being used, man. The internet is being used to goddamn indoctrinate us into the society that's about to come in. You know what I'm talking about? If you want something to contribute to you got a huge depopulation agenda. You understand what I'm saying? You gotta put all effort into making sure the population doesn't grow. But listen to this, y'all. Despite all these efforts, the birth rate is exponentially increasing. It has been so for the past 8 to 9 years. You feel me? So the birth rate far exceeds the death rate, although we've been given the illusion that it's the other way around, right? But the stuff like I want y'all to look about and think about how stuff like this incel thing that's going on, how it's not only contributing to the depopulation agenda, but it's also helping bring in more rapidly HR 1955 protocols, right? I want y'all to understand how serious this is and how this is all connected, all this stuff that's going on, right? Violent radicalization, ideologically based violence, the very things that they need to be happening in such an abundance to where they have no choice but to bring in the very system, right? Smart grid, metaverse. You dig? You know what I'm talking about? It's happening right in the face. Right in our faces. And if you think I'm gonna be fucking quiet about it, y'all got me fucked up, man. Listen to these dudes.
Incels are a byproduct of our increasingly narcissistic, overprivileged society. They're essentially just honest MGTOWs. MGTOWs, men groping their own wiener. I mean, men going their own way, supposedly made the choice to be celibate.
Men going their own way, man. I told y'all all of these meaningless words, joining of words, compound words, MGTOW, which is a group of men going their own way with, man, rest in the essence is sinful, man. I ain't knocking, man. I ain't gonna say I'm not knocking you. I'm just saying, to each his own, man, you know. But when I just hear that MGTOW shit, that just sounds like some fun boy shit to me, man. Like, I don't know, going my own way, like, you know, I don't know about going my own way, man. I done went my own way for a nice majority of my life, and then it led me going my own way, then definitely led me to the joint 3 times. So I don't know if I always want to follow my way 100%. You hear me? To see take a real man, a real one to admit something like that. You feel me? Because most of us think we need to go our own way. We just need to follow our own path, huh? Nah. Right? And you ain't a man until you understand that. Right? Thinking you can do everything by yourself as if you do everything of your own volition, right? You know what I mean? I ain't never too arrogant or high-minded to think that of myself. You dig? Gotta be humble and have some humility somewhere, man. You know what I'm talking about? Listen to this dude, though.
As feminism turned all women into malevolent, scheming harpies, and it totally wasn't, because MGTOWs are almost exclusively fat losers who couldn't attract a fly to a turd. MGTOW for 10 years and I've never been happier. Yeah, mate, you're the male version of a cat lady. The only difference is instead of felines, you collect gaming consoles. Surely one way to diffuse any potential incel rebellion is to turn the very word itself into a shameful insult. Don't care, Virgin? No. Don't care, incel. Anyone find it ironic that David Hogg was once an incel? But while incels should be roundly condemned and made fun of, and while their creation does have its origins to some extent in the bitter fever swamps of the alt-right, it's completely dishonest to claim that the left played no role in their emergence. You guys have been crapping all over masculinity for well over a decade. You've indoctrinated a generation of boys and young men that dominant masculine traits, which women are naturally attracted to, are sleazy and sexist. You're as much to blame for creating this army of militant, resentful virgins as anyone else. What kind of soy boyery is this? Why do you think feminists make alliances with Islam? What could it be that they're compensating for?
You have this crazy alliance between the feminists and the radical Islamists. Is there an attraction that's emerging among the female radicals for that totalitarian male dominance that they've chased out of the West?
You demonized young men in the West for their toxic masculinity while embracing the most toxic brand of masculinity on planet Earth. You scoffed at the atomization, isolation, and alienation of young men. You lefties laughed while male suicide rates soared and their academic attainment levels plummeted. You lectured them about how their natural biological impulses were part of some predatory rape culture.
See? It's that toxic masculinity stuff that contributed to this stuff too, man. You hear me? A lot of these dudes, This is terrible, man. You know what I'm saying? This is a result. This incel is also a result of no fathers being in the home, man, or fathers who are incels themselves, but in relationships. Think about how many dudes is with chicks, marriages and stuff, and they ain't getting no cheeks from their wives. That's an aspect that y'all ain't thinking of, man. This is all a reflection of no fathers in the home, or a father who was in the home who was himself an incel. All right? As y'all say, beta male. Beta. Hey man, all this, and this is what I'm saying. See, even all these terms, see how they sneaking the words into the lexicon. Remember I told you about Brave New World? They got the caste system in Brave New World. The alpha, epsilon, beta, sigmas. You hear me? See how they sneak it into the lexicon? We calling ourselves alpha male and beta male and sigma male. What about epsilon? What y'all know? I don't hear none of y'all broads talking about epsilon males though, or gamma males, huh? Yeah, y'all hip to the caste system in Brave New World, Remember I showed y'all that before? The Brave New World caste system. You hear me? What is it? Alpha, beta, gamma, delta, and epsilon. Huh? I don't hear none of y'all chicks talking about gamma niggas or delta niggas or epsilon niggas. So y'all think betas is the worst men or males? What about a epsilon male or a delta or a gamma? Can you hear me? All right. What y'all know about that, man? Tap in, walk with us, man. Smash that like button, man.
Destroying their confidence to the point where 25% of US millennial men think that asking a woman to go for a drink is sexual harassment. While the New York Times published articles like this, saying if you let boys be boys, they will murder their fathers and sleep with their mothers. Do you think any of that possibly had a role in creating a generation of incels? Also, violent incels existed before the internet existed.
In 1989, Marc Lépine killed 14 women at the École Polytechnique because he believed feminists ruined his life.
So you can't just point the finger at alt-right message boards and say the incel rebellion is entirely of their making. You've got to take a huge wedge of responsibility for this too. The left has also hijacked this incel hysteria to push their demented anti-white racism.
These people are basically white ISIS, except more effective. That's right. The only thing that white supremacists are actually better at than brown people is terrorism. It is terrorism against women. That attack was against feminism. As women get stronger, is this the reaction from men?
Whoa. Just because a few hundred idiots on a message board applaud incel terrorism, that doesn't automatically rehabilitate the eternal lol cow that is third-wave feminism. That doesn't mean you get to pretend 4chan autists are a bigger threat to women's rights globally than a barbarous 7th century belief system that embraces and spreads a genuine rape culture.
Who is this 4chan?
Social media and dating apps are also partly to blame for the incel rebellion because they inflated sexual promiscuity, which mainly worked in favor of women who had access to better-looking guys, while the number of uglier, sexless men soared.
There's no incel women. Women can always get laid, right?
Cell phone addiction is also a factor.
The Venn diagram of no social skills in incels is a circle. And
and that's a lot because of the phone.
Look,
you spend all day on the phone, you don't have social skills.
Get off Twitter, get off Facebook, go and spend some time with real people in the real world. We have a misogynist.
Hey, that's a fact right there. I have to stop it right there, man. You feel me? Hey, man, get out here in the turf, y'all. Y'all young brothers, other older dudes too, man. Y'all get out here in the turf, man. Go out and about. Actually go engage and talk to women. Try to talk to them to get an understanding of them and actually engage in a conversation versus just, being in, full, what y'all call red pill rage mode. And every chick you got to spew what you've been listening to and getting programmed, mind fucked in your brain from listening to these fuck niggas who don't even know what they talking about on YouTube all day concerning these bras. Right? Every chick is not a bad chick. You wouldn't know that unless you would engage and talk to them and actually talk to them for like what y'all hear y'all say they don't do, genuine reasons. Like they have disingenuous intentions. A lot of you niggas be having disingenuous intentions talking to these bras, man. Actually just how about engage in conversation with a chick who you might try to holler at and just don't try to holler at her. Just actually talk to them. So you can have a better understanding, because not all of these bras is terrible. Most of them are, a lot of them are, most of them, but not all of them. And then a lot of y'all just be having that energy. Y'all be having that energy that y'all done sit up here and been, basically done programmed yourself with watching endless YouTube and Twitter and Facebook and Snapchat and all that stuff all day, just being mind fucked into basically what they telling you are, which is a misogynist. Right, because all incel is another word for misogynist or misogyny, right? In some form or fashion. They trying to associate being an incel with being a misogynist. See how they combining ideologies and words together? By getting rid of misogyny, they creating a new world called an incel. Y'all better understand the importance of that, man.
Leader, a president, and you combine this sort of thing, this misogyny and the scapegoating, blaming other people for your problems, and it gives rise to the vocalizing of these feelings. Trump's behavior is to blame for incels. Give me a break. Trump's the biggest chad on the planet.
I could do this all day long.
If they followed his example, their incel days would be over in a heartbeat. But Dan Savage is right when he says that prostitution should be destigmatized.
There are some people who the only way they will ever get laid is to buy it, is to pay for it. And what the culture says about someone who buys sex, he's a criminal, he's a misogynist, he's a monster, he's a loser. And so one of the things that gets said about the incels is, why don't they just go see sex workers? Well, they already feel like losers. So going to a sex worker is only going to make that worse, especially if they're prosecuted.
And listen, man, right? And there's different levels and aspects to this too, brethren. Right? As a guy who used to go to the strip club and trick with the strippers, man, there's levels to that too. Like I said, I wasn't going to the strip club and doing what I was doing, although goofy as the shit was and still is. I wasn't doing that because I couldn't get no cheeks. Let me make no mistake about it, y'all. I wasn't going to the strip clubs and kicking it when we was young boys getting to the money. I wasn't doing that stuff because I couldn't get no cheeks, man. That wasn't the reason why I was doing it. You hear me, man? When you like I always say, and this ain't even no bragging or no boasting. This is just real talk. When you a charismatic, magnetic, handsome brother, and you grew up a certain way, so you got some game about yourself, man. Cheeks ain't never been an issue for me. You understand me, man? It's never been something that I had to worry about. And I ain't, you know what I'm saying? I'm not the finest brother in the world. I ain't the richest brother in the world. I ain't the most gamed up brother in the world. You know, none of that. But I definitely know what's going on. You dig? And I definitely done have my way with chicks. And I'm telling you right now, there's a difference between you just tricking off your money because you got it and you've been made to think that this is what you do when you get some money and stuff growing up, however you did, and you just doing it because you cannot absolutely you can't score because of something you doing, something you got residing and abiding within you. You probably was touched when you was a young boy and you never addressed it, right? Maybe that's the reason why you had such awkward interactions with girls all throughout your history and your whole career, even elementary school, middle school to high school to college, if you went that into your adult life, when you start turning into a man, especially if you grew up without your father in the household. And if you grew up with your father in the household, he was a fuck, nigga. You triple fuck. So that's what I'm saying. There's a lot of things that feed into this, man. It's a lot of factors. It's a lot of facets. And it's a lot, like my brother Glitch said, a lot of different vantage points that we got to dissect this thing from. Right? You niggas is not incels. That ain't just some out of the blue shit. This is part of the plan. You niggas been made to be incels. Right? It's the perfect environment, energetic environments in their many and various forms to create incels. And I want y'all to understand how this stuff is being made to happen. Incels are made, not born. You hear me? Tap in, walk with us, smash that like button, man. Click on the bell, subscribe to the page, man.
As ever, the mainstream media wants to fan the flames of incel hysteria as an excuse to censor and control the internet.
Is there any way to police this stuff?
Something which will do nothing to address.
Did y'all hear what he just said? I keep telling y'all about HR 1955, man. They're using this stuff so they can control stuff on the internet, what we hear, what we say, what we can do, how we think. Y'all better understand where this stuff is going, man.
The underlying problem. They're also using it to amplify the moral panic of online misogyny, despite the fact that 50% of misogynistic comments about women are made by other women. Is the truth, incels. The reason why women don't want to sleep with you is because you're a loser who's doing nothing with his life.
The most heinous and harsh things being said on the internet about women are said by women.
Sex. He's a criminal. He's a misogynist. He's a monster. He's a loser. And so one of the things that gets said about the incels is, why don't they just go see sex workers? Well, they already feel like losers. So going to a sex worker is only going to make that worse, especially if they're prosecuted.
And as ever, the mainstream media wants to fan the flames of incel hysteria as an excuse to censor and control the internet.
Is there any way to police this stuff?
Something which will do nothing to address the underlying problem. They're also using it to amplify the moral panic of online misogyny, despite the fact that 50% of misogynistic comments about women are made by other women. Is the truth, incels. The reason why women don't want to sleep with you is because you're a loser who's doing nothing with his life other than whining about women on the internet. Incels are like fat feminists who blame the patriarchy and the beauty industry for their inability to get a date. There's no vast Stacey conspiracy holding you back. Even ugly guys can score. It's about confidence. Look, if this guy is willing to at least give it a try, then there's hope for all of you.
What kind of soy boyery is this?
But seriously, it's the overindulgent, wallowing self-pity that makes you unattractive. You radiate weakness and desperation. Find a creative purpose in life. Invest your emotions in something you're passionate about, because that's the ultimate aphrodisiac for anyone.
Right, make yourself worthy of being a fuck.
Get off the message boards and get to the gym. Get some hobbies. Get out. Develop your social skills.
You got to be oriented towards something, because otherwise you're disoriented. You just spin around in circles and then you suffer. And so do people around you. It's not a good solution. Orient yourself towards something. You have to figure out what it is. What will work for you?
The incel echo chamber is only going to make things worse by amplifying the loser life narrative in which you're mired. Retrain that inner voice of conscience and embrace the inner Chad that I know is within all of you.
Not the inner Chad. Oh, y'all thought I wasn't gonna come up on y'all, man? Huh? Not your inner Chad. I want y'all to pay attention to how they switching up the language online, man. You hear me? I want y'all to pay attention how they switching up the language. Oh, y'all thought I wasn't gonna come up on y'all, man? Quit playing with me, you know what I'm talking about, man? You know I'm come up shouty. Yeah. I want y'all to take a just take into consideration what I'm saying right now, man, right? You know what I'm talking about? This incel thing that's going on the internet. this is one of those things that's being used to, like I say, implement stuff like HR 1955, like I'll be telling y'all about violent radicalization. You know what I'm saying? But this ain't nothing new. Even back in the day with the trench coat mafia, with Columbine and all of that stuff back in the day, this is where the inceldom. They even coming up with these words that don't, like I say, inceldom. This stuff started back in the, so this ain't nothing new. You know what I'm saying? But it's something that's being pushed because it's pushing ideologically based violence, and it is violently radicalizing specifically young boys to where they're going up in malls, schools, and they shooting up girls as being rejected. Now imagine going through puberty and having access to the internet, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, Bigo, TikTok, and you're being hit with all of this ideology, this symbology, this imagery of all things that you're supposed to be. That's supposed to be a depiction of a perfect human, and you are not that when you look in the mirror. That is creating psychopaths. And incels, most of them come from environments that can create these very ideologies, and then by hearing this stuff being constantly pushed to them via every avenue of media that they can got access to, they get access to the internet, the radio, most of us the internet. You understand what I'm saying? This is indoctrinating our kids, and specifically our young boys, and turning them into psychopaths, the very psychopaths that they need to implement HR 1955 protocols, the Violent Radicalization and Homegrown Terrorism Act. Everything that's being done, y'all, all this stuff we see is being done to bring, I'm telling y'all, man, gotta pay attention to this stuff, man. They want us to make things so violent in our cities and where we live to where we just beg for the robots. We beg for the smart grid. We beg for the metaverse. You hear me? They wanted us to get so bad to where we just beg for this shit. And this is why I'm sitting here doing what I'm doing to bring it to y'all's awareness. Put y'all up on, connect the dots for y'all so y'all can, you know what I'm saying, potentially see it. And out of that will come conversations, out of that will come plans of action. Then the more you know, the more you grow. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm saying? Knowing is half the battle. That way, when you see this stuff coming in, you know what you're going to have to do now, right? You know what you must need to do. Stick your chest out and be goddamn it accounted for, man. You hear me? You got to stick your chest out and be accounted for. You know what I mean? Don't be scared to, you know, because it's about to start to get dangerous to talk heavy, man. And I want y'all to understand how important it is for you to be a person who got any type of game about you, any type of knowledge about you, to talk about whatever it is you know about, man. Because it's being stamped out slowly but surely. The Ministry of Truth is being established right on YouTube. YouTube is the main, YouTube, Twitter, even TikTok now. All these social media, social engineering platforms are being used to bring in the Ministry of Truth. And we was being tricked into censoring ourselves. And when you censor yourself, that's the worst form of censorship too. Self-censorship, worst form of censorship, right? And we're being tricked into censoring ourselves, right? And when you stop saying certain things, that means you're not thinking them. You know what I'm saying? The lexicon, the vernacular, the words being used in a society are a reflection of the thoughts of that society. So just imagine when we have a society where we're so scared to say anything due to the repercussions and consequences that we may experience based upon the authority and what they tell us we should and shouldn't say. What does that say about what we're thinking? To the point to where we be so scared to speak, let's say, the truth. Challenge what we are being told to do and go along with. Like, transgender women or men who think they're women going into our kids' school, dancing half naked and reading stories to them? What is the purpose of that? How do our kids benefit from that? How do we as a society benefit from this? Right? And when the very actions is being done to trick us into going along whatever they got planned for that, by making society like how it is with things like this incel thing, right? Craftily, diabolically creating the very environments to where we can be like, well, this incel thing is the issue, but nobody's asking, nobody's even thinking about where does inceldom stem from? Inceldom. Where does it come from? What causes it? Right? Because when you start to look at what causes somebody to be a so-called incel, we start getting into other things, man, and then you start getting to where it really leads to. If you even had the courage to ask or think about where it's leading to, right? You know what I'm talking about? Incels. You better get some confidence about yourselves, man. For real, man. What's wrong with y'all, man?
Are they dangerous? Why can't they find themselves?
This is straight propaganda.
Who they are. People referred to as incel. Here are the stories of one of them.
Hi, my name is Nathan and I call myself an incel.
How did it start?
From the beginning. Somehow I could never find my place in society. All these people, my peers, dealt with some kind of infantile stuff. They were loud, unfocused. That's why I could never get along with them.
What about the women? Have you been with someone?
No, all the women rejected me right away. They didn't even notice me, like I wasn't even there.
How do you know that?
They were sending me specific signals.
Like what?
They pretended to send messages, looked around without even looking at me.
What do you think the reason is?
My appearance. I do not have a strong jaw. My face is out of proportion. I'm not as muscular as the actors in the movies. I have no job, so my value is 0.
You said the women rejected you. It means you tried to talk to them. How did you start the conversation?
When I'm outside, I looked for lonely victims, mostly in coffee shops.
Victims?
This is how potential partners are described in various books.
What books?
How to Get Women. Like this on How to Sleep with a Woman Using Less Than 100 Words by Chad Keller. I read a lot of his books. I attend his lectures.
And what are these lectures about?
How to approach women. How to express yourself. How to make gestures. Some simple conversation techniques.
Can you describe them more precisely, these techniques?
In short, don't send too many signals that might suggest that you're scared. Spitting saliva while talking, exaggerating, gesticulating, jumping from foot to foot during conversation.
So they teach you the basic principles that all people follow in their daily lives?
Yes.
And when you approach the woman, how do you start the conversation?
I approach her from behind to give her as little time as possible so that she can't judge my appearance, and I ask if she is alone. Is someone waiting for her at home? If she likes anime, I say she is very pretty.
Anime?
If a girl doesn't watch anime, I won't be able to bring her to my room.
Why?
I suspect she wouldn't understand.
And what is your ideal of a girl? What she must look like?
She must be pretty. She must be good looking even without a makeup. I like women with giant breasts. She must dress modestly. I want her to have similar interests like myself. She must be nice, polite. She must know when to speak and when to be silent. I don't know if you're aware of, but I wish the girl would look like those ladies in adult movies, but she must be a virgin like I am. And most importantly, I want her to accept me for who I am, no matter what.
Do you think you're looking for a very specific woman?
No, I don't think so.
Maybe you should lower your standard for females. There are many girls like yourself that are looking for someone
You think I'm going to marry you, ugly duckling? No thanks. I'd rather be alone.
You said if a girl sees your room, she wouldn't understand. Can I see it?
What for?
Why not?
Okay. You have to watch out for the stairs. Grandma doesn't come in here anymore since she almost broke her leg, bringing a breakfast to my bed.
And it's leading her down this like dark cell tunnel.
Oh my God.
This is straight propaganda, man. This is ridiculous.
What's going on? Let me out.
Why don't you understand that we are destined for each other?
What are you talking about? Please, let me go.
I wouldn't have to do that if you just played Smash with me.
That was straight propaganda right there, y'all. And I want y'all to listen to that. This, if y'all could have seen the visuals that came with that, that was straight propaganda, right? This is what I'm telling you. This is violent radicalization. This is spreading ideologically based violence, y'all. All right? Put an 11 in the chat if y'all remember when I be telling y'all, or y'all remember when I've been telling y'all about violent radicalization and ideologically based violence. You know what I'm talking about? This is what this stuff is, man. It's so blatant. It's so obvious. It's like I said, it's kind of disrespectful, man. You know what I mean? And they sitting here pushing this shit. Tap in, walk with us, man. Tap in, walk with us. I got another clip right here.
Guy who ran over those people. Yeah. Is what is the new word? Ansel? What is the word?
Insel. It's involuntary celibate.
Yeah. So these people are killing people because now Bourdain was tweeting that there's like some sort of a Reddit forum with all these folks, and there's like 40,000 members.
Totally. Well, the guy who shot a bunch of women in Santa Barbara a couple of years ago, he was also like, I'm so attractive. Why don't you guys want to have sex with me? It's like, look, it doesn't matter what you look like. There's healthy, loving relationships that exist for everyone.
Yeah, he was a little cutie. A little murder. He was a little cutie.
So it's just crazy when people blame women and are violent misogynists because they are, they think that they're unattractive, and they're basically just blame like attractive women for not having sex with them. It's really disturbing. And this guy apparently mowed down a bunch of people in Toronto because he was one of these people.
Insoles creating rules, and honestly, this sickens me. What?
This is the
Reddit place. Oh God, don't go down this.
70,000. 70,000 now, but I think it was 40,000 yesterday. So there's like a bunch of goofballs that just signed up just to read, see what the fuck's going on over there. Because people are freaking out. But the idea though, okay, here it is. Insult Tears is a place for folks to submit screenshots, not direct links, of crazy stuff posted by self-describing insults. Oh, okay. So this is the mocking one. There's another one though. There's another one that Bourdain was quoting. Like, it's fucking hard out there for a pimp. I get it, but don't take a truck and run over a bunch of civilians because you can't get laid. Just there be classes that teach people how to be nice so people like them.
It's nuts, man.
Like, there's those pickup artist type guys who do like seminars on how to pick people up. Shouldn't it be like
all these pickup artist dudes, man? Oh my God, man. Pickup artists, man. Notice how the majority of pickup artists don't got no bitches. You don't see these niggas with broads. You don't see no broads advocating for these niggas. You don't see them out in the turf actually talking to broads. Now, there's one young brother, man. I'm going to get this young brother on the show, too, mark my words, man. There's one young brother out there, man. And this is why I say this whole incel shit. This incel shit is something that I think is being made more prominent, prevalent, present, alliteration on point, than we being made to believe it actually is, man. This is something that I'm going to say is being used to spread ideologically based violence, because it's a young brother, man. Y'all need to get hit to this young brother, man. You know what I mean? My young brother, man. All y'all young dudes, y'all need to have a friend like this, man, so y'all can sit up here and soak up some game from him on the young boy side, man. You hear me? My young homie, what's my young nigga name? Gavin LaRon. Hold on, what? Hip to my little hip to my little homie, man. This little dude, man. Huh? Yo, hip to my little homie Gavin LaRon. Yeah. Shout out to the little homie Gavin LaRon. That's what I'm saying. You niggas is incels, man. That stuff come from somewhere different. There's still some young brothers, still some young players out here getting up in these bras' faces. You hear me? Getting up in their faces. You understand me? My little nigga be out here bagging shit. You know what I'm talking about? He be out here straight bagging shit.
Don't say hi. I was just kind of curious as to what's your name. Huh? You know my name? Daddy. I mean, what you looking for though? I can come to the front of your tomato face. What you cooking? I see you got attached too. How many attached you got?
Hold on, but
They taste good.
yeah. My little nigga be out here bagging shit. You hear me? My little nigga be out here bagging shit. You hear me? My little nigga be out here bagging shit. You hear me? Young boy, this nigga probably like 20, 21. Bagging shit. This my little nigga right here, man. He out there bagging shit, man. No money. He ain't got no jewelry on. He ain't no chiseled up super buzz. A young, charismatic, magnetic young brother. Remind me of myself when I was his age, man. Little silly ass nigga.
Listen, you know your husband don't got what I got. You know that, right? All right, just making sure you know. Making sure they know. This isn't my stove, man. What you talking about?
What you been on? I see that you been popping.
What you mean? Huh? What about it? What you mean as my girlfriend?
That little nigga be out here bagging shit. Hey, you hear me? That little nigga be out here going to the Walmart, going to the mall. That little nigga be out here bagging shit. You hear me? So when y'all be saying this incel stuff, I be like, I don't get it, because when you got young charismatic guys like my brother, young brother Gavin, man, I mean, he be out here bagging shit. You hear me?
Right. That's not wrong. I've seen you before. Little bitty.
Yeah, I'm about to look over there.
Stay like that.
Oh.
There we go.
Look at you.
6 points. 6 points.
Oh, here, let me get you.
My little niggas be out here bagging shit.
Is this yours? Okay. Not here for me, but we came on my Twitter. And that's my Instagram.
Y'all niggas need to go follow this little nigga, man. Y'all young boys. Bagging shit.
So that mean we cool then? So that mean we cool then? I just wanted to meet you. What you mean you met me before? Think she got the wrong guy. Wait. What happened when we met? Did you tell me your name?
Lance Parker, what it do, bro?
What you say? I seen you before. I'm on the man in your phone, bro. We can rewrite that.
Bagging shit. Damn, hey, man, listen, Lance Parker, man, I seen this little young nigga right here, man. I said, oh, man, there's still some hope for these young niggas, man. Young, charismatic, magnetic young brother out there bagging shit. Back the old-fashioned way, getting up in these bras' face, talking to him. And he don't score every trick. You hear me? And he do silly shit in between, too. But when he be talking to these, he be talking to grown chicks my age. Bagging shit. You hear me? Go check my little nigga out. I'm trying to get him on the show, man. Go check that little nigga out, man. If you young niggas ain't got no confidence in yourself, that's one of y'all own right there. Young brother, man. Charismatic young brother, man. This little nigga got down there 90,000 subscribers on YouTube, man. You know what I mean? He be on there bagging shit. He be just straight. And that's what I'm saying. Get out there in the turf, y'all. Get out there in the paint. Go talk to these chicks. Converse with them. Interact with them. Engage with them. Don't try to, you know, you ain't got to holler at every chick. Control you. Especially y'all niggas that ain't never had no cheeks. Why you missing something you ain't never had so much for? You know? Focus on getting yourself together versus you trying to get some coochie from these girls, man. Get yourself together right here first before you start trying to, as a young man too, because man, I'm telling you, man, coochie can mess a young nigga's mind up and your thought process up, man. You know what I'm saying? You get some cheeks too early, man, it'll mess your mental up, man. Especially if you ain't got no pops or you ain't got no big homie, you know what I'm saying, to put you up on game about messing with these chicks, man. And this incel stuff go way further than just you niggas not getting no pussy. It go way deeper than that. This incel stuff is all being part and parcel to spreading ideologically based violence. I want y'all to always understand when y'all tap in with me, we going to go just that 100 miles further than what most people was going to go considering such topics. You understand what I'm saying? We ain't going to just do no surface value shit, surface level shit. We're going to get into the meat and potatoes of this shit. This shit come from somewhere. It's an agenda behind this shit. All right? And I just wanted to get y'all hip to my little nigga Gavin, just to let y'all know that, man, you have to actually get out here and talk to females. You got to talk and engage, interact. Now, he does his antics and being silly and stuff on YouTube, whatever, but beside all of that, look how the young brother engages with women, with females. He's confident. He's charismatic. He's magnetic. He knows how to spark a conversation. He's an intelligent young brother. Clearly. So as a young brother, it would behoove you to inform yourself on as much as you can. Get your knowledge up. Women are all of them. I don't care from your ghetto ratchet hood rat to your educated super rat. They all are sapiosexuals. It is ingrained in them. This is why they mess with dudes who ain't got a lot of their money to certain sit together versus another nigga. Because they attracted to that nigga's mental. And they turned on by who he is as a man, how he think, the things Most of these chicks are attracted to intelligent dudes. Most guys who are intelligent probably got their stuff together. They probably are very masculine. They probably, know how to defend themselves. They're probably good at solving problems. They're probably good at deductive reasoning, critical thinking, process of elimination. I'm just saying, you know what I mean? This is the stuff that chicks are naturally attracted to. My brother Lance Parker say, man, another way of looking at it is the ones who reject you is the most highest protection. Yeah, exactly. I'm just saying, but and with what my brother Lance Parker just said, right? Think about it like this, y'all. Y'all don't have to, every female you engage with, especially if you engage in a conversation with, does not have to result in you bagging her. It don't got to result in you getting her number or trying to fuck her. Understand and use some discernment. Don't let the little head beat the big head out. All chicks that you come across, you're not supposed to be fucking them. Control your lust. That's why I say about having control. Don't be controlled or consumed by your lust. As a man, we cannot. Every chick that you come across with that's attractive, got a fat ass, something you like about them sexually, that stuff can hinder you and can prevent you from possible relationships with chicks that can help you get to where you're going, because it ain't meant for you to fuck every bitch you come across. Now, that's some game for you, man. Something I have to learn as a young brother coming up, trying to fuck them all. No, man. No. That's absolute bad for business. Every one of these bras that you attracted to ain't worth your ain't worth you putting your pipe up in them, nigga. So I want y'all to understand this whole incel thing is the product of a lot of things that's been intentionally done and made to happen. You hear me? This is not like some new thing that just came out of the blue or something that don't have no origins or nothing like that. This is a strategic, diabolical ideology that's been weaved into the social, psychiatric, psychotic, psychic fiber, if you would, of the it ain't even race specific, man. This is just males, period. Because this incel thing is something that is happening amongst all groups of men. It might be happening in some groups more so than others, but it's something that's happened to clear across the spectrum of groups of men, period. It's a lot of these niggas that just, they want some cheeks, but they just can't get it. Juju, what's up, baby? My girl Juju stopping through. You understand, Juju? Listen though, man. 9 times out of 10, a lot of you niggas blow it for yourselves for getting some cheeks. Even you so-called incel niggas. You know what I mean? Pause, man. A lot of y'all dudes who would be considered an incel, y'all not unattractive guys. Some of these chicks actually find y'all attractive. It's just when you start goddamn it talking, man. You fuck it all over. You fuck everything up. And y'all niggas got to learn how to talk to females, talk with women, right? Learn how to converse with them. Not conversate. That's not a word. Converse with them. You know what I'm saying? And that's part of being charismatic and magnetic, man. You know what I mean? This shit got to be in you. It can't be on you, man. Yeah, and that too, though, Juju. I'm glad you said that. That's because that's a good aspect to look at it from. It's not that, and then that's another level of inceldom, right? It's not that you can't get cheeks. You can get cheeks, but you can't get the cheeks that you want. So in order for you to get the cheeks that you want, you got to make sure that you that guy that can attract that. You got to actually be what you're trying to attract. But when they were talking about women, it got to be the exact inverse. If you understand what I'm saying. If you want a very feminine woman, you got to be a very masculine man. Masculine men don't lack confidence in themselves. They're not concerned about their looks versus another man, right? They're not competing with other men in the aspect of, physical. You know what I mean? We compete with each other on other levels, like mentally, right? I'll definitely compete with my other brothers mentally, but physically, that's a personal thing, right? And y'all dudes out here on some incel shit. Y'all want to blame everything on everything else. The girls don't like me. They think I'm weird. Don't even talk to girls. There's some girls out there that might think you attractive, man, but you just gotta learn how to talk to them, and you can't be scared to talk to them. And what I say is be yourself. And if you understand or come to the conclusion as a young man, a young brother, that you having difficulty talk to girls, females, that comes from somewhere. So try to really, really think about where that comes from. All right. You already know, I know, man. I know a lot of niggas that some old talk their way on right about them cheeks, man. The girl thought she was attractive. She thought she was a decent looking guy. Most chicks just talk to us based off of how they see us. If you keep your hair cut, you ain't gotta be the best looking guy. You ain't gotta be there. You could just be a decent looking brother, an average looking brother. Keep your hair cut nice, keep your skin nice, smelling good, dress decent. You know what I'm saying? Get your furniture together, and you gotta be charismatic and magnetic. You gotta know how to converse and interact with women. You know what I'm saying? A lot of y'all dudes has been stuck in a house during this pandemic, on top of already being weird ass niggas, and now y'all just interacting with each other digitally. It's fem sales too. Fem sales. See how they just making up these words? What the fuck does that mean? What the fuck is a fem sale? What the fuck is an incel? A weird ass nigga who can't get no cheeks because he weird. 9 times he's weird because of how he was raised up, what he's seen growing up, his environment, epigenetically passed down trauma. All the stuff y'all hear me talking about. You need a pops. You need some player partners. You need a big homie to put you up on game. Shout out to my brother Red Supreme TV1. Like saying how you gotta get some big homie to help you navigate. You hear me? Through this mess. So you don't be sitting up here mad because you ain't getting no cheeks. Right? When half of you niggas that's thinking about getting cheeks don't need to even be concerned with that. That should be the very last thing that niggas need to focus on, getting themselves together. Right? And this is some crazy, because when I look at my young homies like Gavin, man, Gavin like 19, 20, 21, 22. This little nigga pulling up on chicks, all type of chicks, pulling down. Hey, how you doing? My name is Gavin. Being charismatic, and just having the courage to talk to females. You niggas don't even want to get out and interact with the bras, man. And when y'all do interact with them, y'all been so indoctrinated by watching this shit that y'all think that y'all start talking in statistics to these bitches. Don't nothing get a girl coochie drier than you talking about some internet shit. I encourage y'all to go out and just engage in conversation with chicks. Hey, how you doing today? My name is Virgil, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm this, I'm that. Well, okay, well, it was nice meeting you. Keep it moving. Talk to different chicks. Get your conversation game. Get your confidence up. Actually get used to talking to chicks, and before you can start bagging them, you gotta put the weed in the bag, then get money. You feel me? Real talk though, Uncle Diddy. Put the weed in the bag and then get money. You niggas just want to straight start getting money. Keep your nails done, young brothers. Keep your nails trimmed. Get your furniture together. Smell good. Keep your body clean, huh? You keep your body clean, huh? You got that Papa Jimbo Jean, huh? Some of your bit on the Dolphin, huh? You keep your body clean, huh? Keep your hair cut. You know what I'm talking about? Stay fresh. Keep your skin right. Drink your water. You know what I'm saying? Hold on real quick. You already know, man. It ain't no game, man. You know what I'm talking about? Drink your water. You feel me? Drink your water. So your skin can be nice and smooth, you dig? You hear me? So your skin can be nice and beautiful. You hear me? Be confident. And in order for you to get this stuff, not only does it have to be in you, but that which is in you have to be garnered by getting and soaking up game from those who are older than you. And you got to use your natural gift that's been given to you as being a reflection of the image and the goddamn likeness of the Most High, discernment, to be able to tell what big homie is telling you some fuckery and what big homie is telling you something that can actually add on to you and contribute to the development into a decent young brother. You hear me? All right? It's terrible, man. Terrible. Incels. Now let's talk about this aspect from a perspective of a intentionally celibate man. See the difference between involuntary celibacy and intentional celibacy, right? Because like I said earlier, a lot of you niggas don't need to be worried about getting no damn pussy, man. You niggas need to fuck around working on becoming a man. Getting your thoughts together, controlling your emotions, working on your finances, getting yourself together, man. Staying in the gym, getting your health right, getting your body right, staying your mind right, reading your books, investing in whatever it is you do is going to contribute to you bringing your dreams and your what you designed to do as a man in this lifetime. Whatever that is, whatever that looks like for you. Not focusing on getting some damn pussy. All that shit will come. And that's the main thing I always will say to a young brother is being a guy who been through stuff I've been through, man. Right? I'm not telling you to not get no cheeks. I'm not telling you to not pursue getting cheeks. Be smart. Be responsible. Strap up. Don't be fucking all these bitches. And the ones you do, make sure they earn it and they're worth it. Because like I tell you, you are the prize. We are the prize. Don't be just sit up here sticking your, dick in all these bras just because they'll let you. Or because they feel like they can get something from you, or don't be consumed and controlled by your lust. I know that's hard as a young brother, but if I want to tell my young brothers anything or my brothers anything, it'll be that. Right? That's the only way thing. Y'all be going in and fighting for these bras and trying to force. Nah, stop that, because this stuff go deeper than just that though. Because like I say, this is part of a big, huge plan that most of us won't even acknowledge being real and existent. What y'all know about HR 1955, the Violent Radicalization and Homegrown Terrorist Prevention Act? Ideologically based violence, violent radicalization through social engineering with ideologies, right? Like inceldom. This is turning these people violent. They're going to schools and classes and malls and shooting up girls that won't give them no pussy. And they're being programmed, they're being mind fucked on the internet by a lot of goofy ass fuck niggas who absolutely are, most of them, agent provocateurs being paid by big advertising companies owned by big six media corporations. Right? Pay attention to what I'm saying, y'all. So this is what separates when real ones like myself talk about what we're talking about. This is what separates us from just putting you up on game and just what people would say is hating, right? Which is very feminine, very feminine. We breaking this shit down, right? The big six are paying the agent provocateurs that run abound because they're so indoctrinated and addicted to this blown up persona, right? That they can get money through, and they're willing to do anything to promote fuckery. Notice how you don't see a lot of people who saying actual, real, thought-provoking shit with huge, huge platforms. And the ones that do, look who support them. Look what they saying. They don't go too far. They don't break things down like this. They talk about this, but they don't talk about that. They'll recognize this, but this is this is something that's far-fetched, but this right here, that even for me, that's too far. You see what I'm saying? And then look who funded them. Look who, you gotta be able to connect the dots. Right? And when it comes to being this incel shit, this is straight 1984 shit. This is straight Brave New World shit. Straight UN Agenda 2030 shit. Right? You want to spread this ideology, right? Of being and who we going to use to do this. Most of these is coming from either dysfunctional two-parent homes or single-parent homes. The very environments have been created to produce this type of fuckery. Do you understand what I mean when I say that? The very environment has been intentionally made to happen for the things that happen to happen. What is, like I say, where does inceldom stem from? What is the origin of it? Where does it product of? What has to happen in order to create a young brother to be an incel? I don't care if he's white, black, Asian, Puerto Rican. This stuff is global, right? And during the pandemic was a perfect situation to fully indoctrinate already fractured minds, force everybody to stay at home and interact online, digitally, holographically, electronically, ordering your food, talking. That's where a lot of these niggas like Kev, Kev blew up during the pandemic, right? Understand what happened. Kids was taken out of school, forced to learn via the internet. No interpersonal skills being developed. Kids need to interact with each other. They need to touch each other. They need to exchange germs and learn from each other. People raised from, and they need to be able to develop these skills of interacting with other people, interpersonal skill at a young age. This is why we go. That's the one thing that is good about school. But see, now that see how it's all connected? All the incels are a product of the school system as well. Y'all got to see how all of this stuff fits together. And me being a person with the sight to see all this stuff, y'all, man. And like I say, I'm forever humble because I get up every morning and I pray. When I get up in the morning, man, I pray and I thank the Most High for giving me this gift. And I'm not going to abuse it because I could be abusing this shit. I could be using it for my own favor and what I do, and you know what I mean? But nothing I do will be blessed. You feel me? And that's why I use it to do what I do. Because a lot of people have this gift that I have, man, the sight to see all this shit. And they use it for completely nefarious purposes. And we're going to see how they all end up. Right? And I just choose not to because I know what the result of doing such things could be. So I'm willing to take whatever has to be taken in order to get to the wherever. You feel what I'm saying? But this incel thing, y'all, this stuff go deeper than just some niggas online not mad because they ain't getting no pussy, man. All right? That's part of it, but that's the bait. That's the, what gets you, that's the clickbait, as they say. But in all actuality, it's the spreading of ideologically based violence, violently radicalizing people, implementing the very legislation, the very laws, right, that's going to be used to bring in this new system that none of us are paying attention to. Some of us, most of us ain't paying attention to. While we're sitting here arguing over gender wars and all, and even there's some importance in that because all that plays into it too. But when you get so caught up in certain things, other things can happen, you know what I'm saying? Other things is happening in the background. It's like the commercials they be showing online where they be showing a whole bunch of stuff going around and then they show it again and they say, but did you pay attention to this? Right? And you be like, damn, I didn't see that. So that's what they showing you basically with stuff like that is they can hide stuff in plain sight. Right? Y'all have seen some of that stuff. Y'all been sitting there, they be showing them little PSAs of just paying attention. They show the YouTube, you see a video, it'll be a whole bunch of commotion going on, maybe some dancing or something. Then they'll play it back and be like, see, the whole time you was paying attention to this, but did you notice the gorilla back there and the dude in the gorilla suit? Some shit like that. And then you watch it again, you're like, hold on, I did not see that the first time. Just case in point, when I show y'all the Disney flowers, right? When I show y'all the Disney flowers that says sex at the bottom, you hear me? Y'all know what I'm talking about? All right. Y'all know this is an image I show to y'all all the time. You feel me? Y'all know that's an image I show to y'all all the time. You feel me? Now, the y'all who see this image, and the first thing you see when you see it, right? Type it in the comment section. What's the first thing you see when you see this image? What's the first thing y'all see when y'all see this image? I show this to y'all often to put in perspective of what I mean when I'm saying things hiding in plain sight. Right? Just because you got eyes don't mean you can see everything. You know? You did. And that's what I mean by hiding in plain sight. You hear me? So we're thinking about this whole incel thing, y'all, man. Why are you niggas incels? Huh? Are y'all really ready to address that? Why? Where does this stuff come from? Why are you niggas? And when I say niggas, I'm talking about all you niggas, white niggas, Asian niggas, black niggas, African niggas, all you dudes, man. Why are y'all incels? Why are y'all intentionally, or should I say involuntarily, celibate? Like I said, it means you want cheeks, but you can't get it. Why is you niggas not able to get sex from these girls? Why are all you thinking about is getting sex from these girls? What is contributing to you not getting sex from these girls? Because I'm telling you right now, sex is very easy to get from girls on many different levels. Sex is very easy to get from girls. Put a number 11 in the chat if throughout your adult manhood career, has it been difficult for you to get some cheeks? Put a number 11 in the chat. Put a number 11 in the chat if it's been difficult throughout your life. I'm 41. I was born in 1982. I'm an early millennial, class of 2000. All right. Started having sex when I was 14. Right. Willingly. Another topic for another day. All right. And you know, man, I done had my fair share of cheeks over the years. You understand what I'm saying? I'm 41. And let me tell you something, man. You hear me? It's been fairly easy. It hasn't been difficult. All right? At all. Another topic for another. It was difficult for a point, but then it wasn't. Right? Like I said, that's another topic for another day. But I mean, it's so easy to get, man. So easy. And the fact that you dudes is very, I mean, sitting up here having difficulty, all y'all dudes is not. But I understand why y'all not, because y'all niggas, y'all ain't out here like my homie Young Gavin. Y'all online arguing with bitches. Y'all not out here in the real world talking to women, engaging with women, conversing with women, interacting with women in non-sexual ways, right? So you're looking at Instagram, you're looking at Snapchat, you're looking at all this freaky stuff on internet porn. This is just making you think about nothing but sex, 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 sex. Over-sexualization leads to depopulation. I mean, you feel me? I'm just saying, y'all, man, this is what I'm here to do. I'm here to drop this stuff on y'all, connect these dots. You hear me? Over-sexualization leads to depopulation. Look what's happening. Look what happened during the pandemic. Everybody's online, engaging. Pornhub, OnlyFans, whatever other avenue you went by. All the little hookup chat things. Whatever the swipe left, swipe right is, man. Y'all know what I'm talking about, all that stuff. We are interacting and engaging with each other electronically, digitally, holographically. We're not physically engaging and interacting with each other. Pheromones is not being exchanged. Human magnetic fields are not being stimulated, invigorated. amplified in a positive way by interacting with each other. Understand, when me and you come together, we on the same accord physically, it's an energetic resonance coming from that. Right? That's not happening. That hasn't been happening. That's been severely affected. Right? To where when we interact with each other digitally, holographically, electronically, it is separating us from each other. Video games, Call of Duty, Fortnite, whatever, and we're being dehumanized by being separated from each other. We need each other. We need to touch each other. We need to interact with each other. That was what that movie Hancock was all about. All right, how many of y'all have seen Hancock with Will Smith? And if I'm not mistaken, Charlize Theron. I remember the movie Hancock. Him and Charlize had to pair up. Don't ever get it twisted, man. We designed to be with each other, man. You hear me? And this whole incel and femcel, this whole thing is being designed to further separate us, further divide us, violently radicalize us with ideologically based violence. Right? It's crazy, man. For real, man. It's crazy, y'all. Incels. And it's crazy because, like I say, man, it's so easy to get sex from these chicks. It's easy. You ain't even got to spend no money, man. All you got to do is be charismatic and magnetic. But so ask yourselves the question, why is there so many uncharismatic and magnetic guys? And it's the reason why, man. It's heavy indoctrination and mental mind fuckery programming going on heavily on both sides. You know, it ain't just the females that's being programmed, y'all. We've been programmed too. And that's my main thing I want to get across too to a lot of y'all chicks out there who be feeling some type of way about us real ones who got the fucking testicular fortitude to talk about this stuff and be able to see it and break it down and connect it back together. You know what I'm saying? Like we get thrown into the same pot, but see, we can take that though. We get thrown into the same pot with these niggas who call themselves, who actually do hate and have disdain for women and females. See, a guy like me can be thrown in that category, and I absolutely love women. I adore women. You hear me? Like, I adore women. Yeah, I got a daughter. Right? But I'm not infatuated with women. You did? You understand the difference? You know? I'm not sitting up here just willing to do anything to get some damn pussy, man. I just told y'all a story on Saturday. Right? I just told y'all a story Saturday that almost could have potentially put me in the super dulo twist, trying to get some pussy. All right. But as men, we cannot allow ourselves to be controlled or consumed by our lust, y'all, man. We cannot afford that. At all costs, we must protect that. We must enrich that. You know, our sexual desires. We must practice extreme dick discipline, extreme self-control, and versus being involuntary celibate, be intentionally celibate. Right? Be intentionally celibate. Don't be out here just sticking your dick in a bra because she like you, because she gonna give you some coochie. Right? A lot of us is charismatic and magnetic and ain't ready to have sex with bitches, though. Huh? Which y'all see, that's a conversation y'all ain't ready for right there. As a young brother, a lot of you young brothers ain't ready to get no pussy. Can't handle something, just like a lot of these young girls ain't ready to get fucked. A lot of you niggas ain't ready to fuck. A lot of you niggas ain't ready to get some pussy. A lot of you young niggas need to focus on everything except getting some pussy. So when you do get some pussy, you know how to handle it. And if you ain't got no pops like a Mo, a lot of you niggas don't, it would behoove you to get some big homies who know what they damn talking about, who can be an example of how to interact with chicks or put you up on game with some information that can actually help and apply, right? Messing around with these bras, especially these girls raised by these broads, man. I wouldn't dare want my son interacting with none of these girls, man, raised by these bras out here, majority of them now. I wouldn't dare allow my son can't have no girlfriend or none of that shit. And you better focus on being a young brother and developing a young man, getting your knowledge up, getting your credit right, getting your body right, getting your mind right, getting your spirit right. That's what us young men need to be focusing on, not focusing on messing with these little girls. And you know, when you get to the age to where, you know, you start interacting with these girls, this is the reason why you have, if not your father's around, you have a big homie around, man, to help you navigate when there's the hormones and stuff start kicking in, you know, because it's just not certain things that's just natural. You know, certain things are just going to happen. It's going to move and shake, and you ain't going to understand as a young brother. You know what I'm talking about? Growing into your manhood. This is why they get taken away from the women, because y'all cannot do nothing for them when we start getting in this age, man. It usually starts happening around the age of 10, when we start smelling ourselves, feeling ourselves. We seeing our dick and our little balls grow. Our voice is getting deeper. We starting to notice the changes. We know we can overpower women physically. You know what I'm saying? If we had a certain experiences, maybe we is interacting and we can see that we say certain way, we got certain way. We got to talk to girls because we done sit up here been raised by some chicks or our moms, you know what I'm saying, on how to interact with women. You know what I'm talking about? Some of us is naturally handsome. You feel me? Very handsome young brothers, man. You know what I'm talking about? We charismatic and magnetic, man. The Most High got his hands on us. He got something special and planned for our life. It's just, it's in us. We can't help it. And as a young man, you don't need to allow that to be tampered with by allowing your lust to seep in, seek in. You feel me? Soak in and taint your thought processes, man. You feel me? That's how you become a young baby dad, man. You feel me? All right, because they don't do shotgun weddings and stuff like that no more. You dig? I think we need to focus on producing chastity, promoting chastity and responsible interactions with sex, man, like how it was back in the day. See how it was when all that stuff just went crazy. Sexual liberation, now you just got, oh, man. You know what I'm saying? Young brother, respect yourself, man. Have some control, man. You know what I'm talking about? Control your lust, man. Don't let the little head beat the big head out. Don't make everything about sex. Don't automatically associate every chick who you find attractive as somebody who you need to fuck. Because I'm telling you right now, man, most chicks who you really want to fuck, you probably should not. The girl who you find so attractive sexually that you just, all you think about when you see her is just having sex with her, you should probably not fuck with that bitch. You should leave that bitch alone. All right? And I ain't gonna tell you, fuck with the bitches who like you, because you shouldn't fuck with every bitch who likes you. As a young, charismatic, magnetic guy who the Most High has his hands on in his life and got some special plan for your life, you should most definitely not be just liking a bitch because she likes you. All right? Fuck her. I ain't never go along with that. I don't know. I like the bitch that like me. No, I don't like every broad that likes me. All right? Shout out to my brother Red Supreme TV1 because he done said that before too. All right, you niggas talking about some I like who like me. Nah, I don't like every broad that like me. All right. Just focus on, like my brother John Jay said, man, focus on making yourself the best version of yourself, brother. And trust me, the females will come. They will flock. You feel me? And if you feeling insecure, if you never grew up without a pops in your life, man, or nothing like that, no big homies to put you up on game, you know, be able to use your natural, like I said, use your natural gift of discernment. All of us men have been given the gift of discernment. We just don't use it for whatever reason we do. You gotta remember, y'all, we created in the likeness and the image of the Most High, which means we have the gift of discernment. We just don't use it. We know good and damn hell well when we shouldn't be doing something and interacting with certain people, but we do it anyway. So you gotta be able to develop your gift of discernment. Right? Every chick that like you, you shouldn't like. Right? All chicks that like you ain't gonna love you. You hear me? And vice versa. And this is why you need big homies to put you up on game. If your daddy ain't around for whatever reason, he ain't around. So you can develop that to gift of discernment, so you won't be listening to these goofy ass niggas on YouTube and the internet and turn into a goddamn incel. Mad at these bras, man. When you can literally have your way with these bras if you just know how to, like my brother Red say, navigate. And in order to do that, you gotta have some big homies putting you up on game. A lot of you niggas is just so, especially young niggas, y'all so caught up in yourself because the internet has made y'all so easy accessible information. Y'all think y'all know everything, but realize in knowing, having access to everything, y'all know no thing. Which is over-sexualization leads to depopulation. Look how no children, I mean, don't get me wrong, the birth rate far exceeds the death rate. But look how much stuff is being done to curtail the birth rate. Look what has been done to curtail the birth rate. Although it's significantly higher than the death rate even up right now. But look at all the things that's going on to decrease population versus increase population. Understand as the population is increasing, there's not incentives and programs being put in place to contribute to increasing the population. There's incentives, programs, and legislation being passed to decrease the population. Pay attention. Look at what your homeboy Bill Gates is talking about. Bezos and Musk and all of them dudes. Who y'all think the robots is here? Would you think they're building the robots so they can help us? You incel ass niggas, man. Making everything, this is a product of over-sexualization. We're being so over-sexualized that nobody's getting sex. And it's starting to become a thing. It's starting hordes of young men playing online games, living in either somebody's base, living in their granny base, living at their own houses. A lot of y'all incels go to work every day. Y'all go to work, come home, and play video games. Plug into the metaverse. Y'all not out here in the real world, actually engaging with real people, talking to people. About to get up out of here, man. For real, y'all, man. I'm sitting here telling y'all, man, get out here. It's important. It's imperative that we talk to each other, engage with each other, interact with each other. Right? Work on yourself, young brother, man. Right? Get your stuff together. Get yourself together. Get your stuff together. Get your business together, man. All your stuff in order so you can, you know what I mean, and develop your confidence. Do things to develop your confidence, man. And the reason why a lot of these young dudes ain't got no confidence because they haven't been raised to have confidence. They've been raised by these broads. A lot of these dudes, a lot of us wasn't raised with men in the household to teach us how to have confidence in ourselves as a man, no matter what our lot in life is. If your dad was a goddamn electrician, plumber, whatever he did, and he was proud of that, he was a man and he held it down, whatever, man, that's where you learn that from. You learn to be a man regardless. A lot of these young boys being raised by these girls out here without no dad in their life, they being raised at what they mama think a man is, man. And when the fuck have a broad ever determined what manhood is? You wonder why you got so many confused, fucked up, incel-ass niggas. Most of these niggas ain't got no dads. And the niggas that do have they dads was probably incel-ass niggas. Right? Beta, as y'all say. They just got him a wife. A lot of you niggas is married ain't men. young brothers, man, tighten up, man. Get you some player partners, man. Soak up some real game for some real ones, man. Use your gift of discernment that has been naturally bestowed upon you to be able to come on this YouTube. I'm not telling you not to listen to guys on YouTube. I'm saying be like, you need to be vetting these broads and vetting these little chicks. You need to vet these motherfucking content creators. Most of them non-content creating ass niggas on YouTube who just want you to just give them money and shit because they, like my nigga Red said earlier, everybody else fucking do it, not really put you up on no game, dropping nothing on you that can actually help you with your life and contribute to becoming the man you designed by the Most High to be, which ain't no trick ass, simp ass fuck nigga. Listen to what anything these bras telling you to do. Listen to what these bras telling you what a man is, or even fall into the ideology of being a damn incel, which is pushing, promoting, promulgating, right? Ideologically based violence and violent radicalization. I'll be looking across and listening to how you niggas is engaging with these chicks digitally, holographically on the internet. And a lot of you niggas, man, y'all be telling these bitches y'all gonna do stuff to them and stuff. Like, man, like y'all niggas be going forward with that shit, man. Y'all niggas be talking about y'all gonna do stuff to bitches, talk crazy to them. You gonna off them, you gonna do this and talking about what you do to violate them sexually. Like, I'll be like, man, y'all niggas realize somebody's watching this and monitoring this shit? I might say some crazy stuff, but I ain't gonna never talk about what I'm gonna do to you. You gotta box cleverly, y'all. We about to get up out of here, man. You hear me? Telling y'all, man, y'all better be aware of what's going on out here, man. Y'all have to be aware of what's going on out here, young brothers, man. We getting hit with this ideology, man. Right? We being hit with this ideology, y'all. And it's messing our young people's brains up. It's giving them a false sense of reality, a false perception of what reality, what's real. You know what I mean? And then these young brothers, you know what I'm saying, they're being sexually deprived while at the same time being over-sexualized through the imagery and the symbology of the media they are consuming. Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok. They're seeing over-exaggerated versions of masculinity and what femininity is. They're being told these imagery of what it takes to get cute girls or get the girls, period. You got to be rich. You got to be balling. You got to have a chain. You got to be a trap boy. You got to be ripped up with a six-pack. You got to be popping. You got to be doing this just to get the woman. And this is just the opposite for the chicks. This is contributing to incel-dumb. You know? Because while you being made to be the chicks is being over-sexualized too. They're being made to be prostitutes and whores. Somebody got to be paying your bills or doing everything for you financially in order for to get the box. Prostituting yourself. Over-sexualization leads to depopulation. I keep telling y'all this stuff, man. Understand how over-sexualizing everybody is going to lead to the depopulation of everybody. Because if this incel, and there's femcells too, if this thing continues on the rise, that means nobody's having sex. That means no children are being born. But all this is being done as the birth rate is increasing. See, they're trying to keep us unaware that the birth rate is always increasing due to the fact of this ideology, this system not being prominent everywhere yet. It's still a region of the world where this hasn't reached. My man Spirit Sword number 9 finally tapped in from the clouds as we about to shut down. You hear me? It's both extremes being pushed upon each other. Exactly. That's my whole point, brother. It's my whole point right there. It's being done simultaneously. right? It is destroying our perception of reality. Right. At the same time, it is pushing, promoting, purveying, promulgating, right? Ideologically based violence, violent radicalization, which is then going to deem these guys homegrown terrorists. I want y'all to understand that all this stuff going on is to exacerbate and bring upon a situation to where we can be easily called homegrown terrorists. Because if we're homegrown terrorists by law, and it can be proven so through ideologically based violence, violent radicalization, they can eradicate us. Right? I want y'all to understand how serious this stuff is. Everybody think it's so superficial. This stuff goes deep, man. Incel is another way of saying you're a homegrown terrorist. Oh, he's an incel. He's a homegrown terrorist. He's been violently radicalized through ideologically based violence spread through the so-called manosphere. Red pill content, red pill thought or thought crime think. Red pill crime think. 1984, new speak, old speak. I keep telling y'all about this shit, man. They already done sit up here and deem some of these words to be anti or to be terroristic terms. Chad, incel, red pill. These are words that are being caught phrased by the unintelligent artificial intelligence that the FBI is using. The CIA, the DOD, and the NSA as well. Also, of course, the CIA. Right? I keep telling y'all to watch the language, man. They're switching up the language on us, man. I want y'all to understand how serious this is, man. We're about to get up out of here. Y'all smash that like button, click on the bell, subscribe to the page. You dig? Share on your social engineering. Yep, simp too, simp. Yep, simp. All these words, man. They're just going to say that these words is spreading ideologically based violence. How much have I'm going to sit up here and continue to talk about it. Now, I'm not imposing this on you because I'm not making you. You don't have to believe anything, but I'm going to repeat because I understand what neuro-linguistic programming is. I understand it could be done for negative reasons. It could be done for positive reasons. Because in this reality, there's duality to everything. Did you hear what I said? Bars. In this reality, there's duality to everything. I have to write that down, man. Feel me? I gotta write that down, man. You feel me? I gotta write that down right now, y'all. You hear me? In this reality, hold on. In this reality, there's duality to everything. Yeah, man. Bars. You hear me? We about to get up out of here, y'all. Thank y'all for tapping in, man. Appreciate y'all coming out tonight, man. It's a beautiful thing. I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? Tomorrow we're going to get straight to it. I'll make the post for it here in a little bit when I get to work. You know what I'm saying? My job is so easy, y'all. It's so sweet. I make real decent money. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to like, it's like the job I got now, man. The hardest part about my job is staying up. This couldn't be an easier way to make this type of money, man. So you got to take advantage of the opportunity. Everything happened for a reason. You did. Tomorrow night, we're going to get to it. E&E Tuesdays. Y'all know how we do it. E&E Tuesdays. As long as the weather is permitting and everything, we might go over there, tap in over there at E&E Studios. But anywhere it goes, it's going to be Pusha T versus Jim Jones. We're going to get to it tomorrow night. E&E Tuesdays, 90s. You know what I'm saying? Hip-hop 90s. You know what I'm saying? You know how we do it. Smash that like button, click on the bell, subscribe to the page, share on your social engineering. You did. And I'm going to leave y'all with this one, man. off of my album, you know what I'm talking about? E&E presents Stats with the Facts, the real contender, you know what I'm talking about? Incel niggas out there, man. Y'all, man, listen, man, tap in, man.